your team sucks, the Rooney Rule. Well, apparently the NFL is entertaining giving teams a higher draft pick if they actually hire an African American coach. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Well,
But
it's not African American. I guess you can have a
Minority.
Mexican minority coach. Minority coach.
George, you looking for a
Don't,
job?
don't leave the Mexican crew out of it,
You
baby.
looking for a job, George?
I'm looking for an offensive line job. If they can, Bengals can
Well,
use me, maybe.
if they hire you, they need to move up in the first round, not the third.
They need to get some picks for sure.
Well, I think it's an interesting argument. I thought the Rooney Rule, when it came out at the time, made a lot of sense and gave some young minority coaches an opportunity. But I think this one is a little bit of a stretch. I don't know if it's almost insulting in a way to say that a minority coach needs a better draft pick than the other guys. I don't quite understand that. Some of the best coaches in the NFL right now are minorities. So I'm not really sure that they need an upper hand, because I think that they're every bit as smart as the other coaches, if not smarter. So I'm not sure exactly what this is. George, what's your take on it?
I think it's a horrible, and it's like a participation trophy now. Here, do this, and we're going to give you a participation trophy. Would you feel happy if you got that job? Would you feel secure? Would you feel, hey, I got this job on merit? No, you feel like you won a participation trophy. You're going to hand the second place trophy back. I don't know if I'd even want the job. Would the pride make me not take it?
I don't know. Keep in mind as well that the third round is when the compensatory picks start. So they're giving people tons of picks just for having people leave their team or whatever. And so, I mean, once you get out to the bottom of the third or so, it's not that big of a deal. Dog just run on me. Overall, I think this rule is kind of dumb. I mean, in general, maybe not dumb, just not necessary. You know,
it's not well thought out, and I don't think there was any minority people thinking about it. It doesn't sound like it's any kind of reward for a minority coach. Hey, you got that job, good job. You got that bullshit job that they threw out there for you. That doesn't seem like any reward to me.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I didn't agree with the Rooney Rule. I mean, you have to interview a white coach. I mean, a minority coach before you interview everybody, and that makes no sense. I mean, it made no sense. What good was it?
I think the philosophy there is you got a bunch of old school white people who are doing the hiring, and maybe they are going to pass over somebody that they didn't understand was a very intelligent, good coach that they didn't hear about. I don't mind that rule. I do think moving up in the draft because you hire a specific person of color doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But I do think the Rooney Rule, there's probably more black coaches in the ranks right now because of that rule. So I think it's good.
I think that's bullshit. I think they're there because they were good. They were assistant coaches.
No, they were good.
But all of them have moved up from positions that have showed themselves. None of them got gifts.
But I will say this. But if they never got interviewed, they could have never got the job.
But the one thing is the NFL is trying to have good intentions here, but it's like the old grandfather guy trying to go in there and make things right, and he just doesn't. They don't grasp what's going on. They're trying. Yeah, they mean well with this. It's just
I think
they're not doing it the right way.
And it's easy for me to say this, but I don't know if it's necessary. I think that you look at Miami, you have an African American coach and GM, and they're doing a great job there. I think what do these owners care about?
Winning.
They don't care about skin color. They care about winning.
Well,
that's all they care about.
One color, green, the green color.
Green. Thank you. That's all they care about. So I think when you look at it from that perspective, that the Rooney Rule has done some really good things as far as giving some African American coaches or minority coaches an opportunity to show what they can do, and they've proven themselves. And so I don't know if you need to do any more. Is what it is. We're always happy to see anybody succeed, no matter their skin color at all. And I do think the owners are going to care much more so about winning and making more money than anybody's skin color whatsoever. So I think, if they make this rule, I don't know if it makes a big difference either way, quite honestly. But I know that young African-American and minority coaches are going to excel in the NFL. They're going to thrive with or without this rule, right? So I just don't know if it's necessary.
This is just part of their agenda now. Ever since they had the issue with kneeling down during the national anthem, they're trying to be more proactive.
Maybe somebody should hire Colin Kaepernick as their coach. Maybe.
There you go. That will be the next move.
What kind of draft picks would you get for that?
Yeah. You can get a first rounder if you put Kaepernick on your team.
There you go. All right, like, share, comment, all that. We will see you next time.